The Italian Wine Podcast is the community-driven platform for Italian wine geeks around the world. Support the show by donating at ItalianWinepodcast.com. Donate €5 or more and we'll send you a copy of our latest book, My Italian Grape Geek Journal, absolutely free. To get your free copy of My Italian Grape Geek Journal, click Support Us at ItalianWinepodcast.com or wherever you get your pods. Grazie mille.
For all the super wine geeks out there, we have a special new series dedicated to you. We are reading excerpts from our new edition of Italian Wine Unplugged 2.0. Wine lovers, tune in for your weekly fix only on Italian Wine Podcast. If you want to own a copy of this new must-read Italian wine textbook, just go to Amazon.com or visit us at mamajumboshrimp.com.
Lesser known, native and traditional varieties, individual grapes. Abrostine, red. Description: an ancient Tuscan native grape, first described in the 15th century, also referred to as Abrostolo. Some maintain it is identical to the Abrusco variety, while others disagree. Associated regions and DOPs. Tuscany. With one exception, there are no monovarietal Abrostine wines, DOC or IGT. In the vineyard, it belongs to the class of grapes variety known as tinctures, tintori in Italian. Examples include the various colorinos. Usually used in blends with other grape varieties, it is one of the few in the category that is interesting even when vinified separately. In the glass, the wine is fairly rich and creamy, with vanilla, black pepper, juniper, dried prune, and dark cherry aromas and flavors, complicated by hints of underbrush and tobacco. On the palate, it is actually much lighter bodied and less complex than nose implies. Abrusco. Description: also referred as Raverusto. Associated regions and DOPs. Tuscany. It grows mainly under Florence and in Pisa, and no DOC wine exists. It is used primarily as a blending variety in IGT wines such as Alta Valle del Greve, Val di Magra, or Costa Toscana, though there are a few pure IGT versions of note. In the vineyard, it is characterized by medium to small bunches with medium to small berries. It is both vigorous and very resistant to disease. In the glass, Abrusco wines are even more deeply colored and more tannic than those of Colorino del Valdarno. Aglianicone, red. Description: this grape was long thought to be a subvariety of Aglianico. Over time, it has been called Aglianico femmina or Aglianichello. Associated regions and DOPs. Campania. Aglianicone appears at present to be limited to the countryside around Salerno and Benevento. By contrast, in Basilicata, it is probably more common than it is widely believed. No pure DOC wines exist. The only one DOC Aglianicone more than 85% is Castel San Lorenzo, though there are a number of supposedly pure Aglianicone IGT wines. In the vineyard, Aglianicone has medium-large conical pyramidal bunches and medium-sized round berries, never too vigorous. Aglianicone has reduced fertility and low yields because of Miller age. In the glass, fruitier and less spicy than Aglianico wines, though almost as full-bodied and tannic. Albana Nera, red. Associated regions and DOPs. Emilia-Romagna. It grows only around Faenza, Brisighella, and the hills of Imola, especially in Sant'Agata sul Salterno. There are no DOC wines and only one Albana Nera based IGT wine. In the vineyard, farmers have always linked Albana Nera because it tolerates higher altitudes and cooler weather. It is not an easy grape to make wine from. Like Dolcetto, it produces a lot of solids and therefore needs pumping or racking in order to ward off the development of unpleasant odors.
enjoying this podcast? There is so much more high-quality wine content available from Mama Jumbo Shrimp. Check out our new wine study maps, our books on Italian wine, including Italian Wine Unplugged, the Jumbo Shrimp Guide to Italian Wine, Sangiovese Lambrusco and Other Stories, and much, much more on our website, mamajumboshrimp.com. Now back to the show.
In the glass. When well made, the wines have deep purple ruby hues, grapey aromas, and flavors of dark berry and herbs, and are very bright and fresh with sneaky concentration. Albanella. White. Description. Albanella was long considered a synonym of the much less valid Trebbiano Toscano, and lawmakers who crafted the DOC regulations for the Colline Pesaresi in Marche outlawed the use of the name Albarola until 2000. Associated regions and DOPs. Marche. It is grown almost exclusively near Pesaro in subzones such as Roncaglia and Montebacchino. The DOC wines are Colline Pesaresi, but they have to include 25% Pinot Nero removed immediately off the skins as for a white wine. So monovarietal versions are available only as IGT. In the vineyard, there appear to be three biotypes: large, intermediate, and small bunches and berries. In the glass. Albanella is a high-acid variety that never accumulates much sugar, so it is best as a lively wine offering pleasant citrusy and mineral notes. It ages remarkably well. Albanello. White. Associated regions and DOPs. Sicily. Today, Albanello is limited to sporadic vines in the province of Syracuse and Ragusa. There is no DOC wine. Albanello can be part of IGT blends Avola, Camarro, Salina, Terre Siciliane, and Valle Belice. In the vineyard, it is easy to work with and resistant to common diseases. At the time, only few manufacturers produce pure Albarello wines. In the glass, the wine is bright and crisp with pretty floral and herbal white stone fruit aromas and flavors. Albarola. White. Description. Albarola is the name more commonly used for the La Spezia and Sarzana into Tuscany and is also known as Bianchetta Genovese or Bianchetta tout court. The latter is still used in Liguria's Valpolcevera and Riviera di Levante. Associated regions and DOPs. Liguria. The only 100% Albarolas are the DOC Golfo del Tigullio and Valpolcevera and its subzone Coronata. There is also a rare Golfo del Tigullio DOC Passito air-dried sweet wine. Albarola is also found in the Cinque Terre, where it is used in blends with Bosco and Vermentino to give not only delicious dry white wines, but also noteworthy, if rare, sweet air-dried ones. Tuscany, Massa Carrara, and also Pisa. In the vineyard, translucent pale berries. The low pergola canopy is the training system commonly used in the Cinque Terre, allows for greater protection from sunlight and heat, more even ripening, and better wines. It does best in Tarso, very friable, dry, rocky hillside soils, typical of the Chiavari Sestri Levante area. The only Grand Cru for the Albarola is Liguria's Misano area, where the grape probably originated. In the glass. Its wine exudes fresh citrus and delicate almond aromas and flavors, with a clean, minty saline edge. Wines grown at the lowest altitude develop more tropical notes and floral sensation, probably as a result of higher average temperatures. Ancellotta. Description. One of its synonyms is Ancellotta di Massenzanico. Associated regions and DOPs. Emilia-Romagna. Ancellotta is grown mainly in flatland vineyards of Emilia-Romagna, especially around Reggio Emilia, and to a lesser degree Modena. Traditionally, light-bodied wine is made with this variety, its production being directed toward concentrated musts or bulk wines used to increase the color of anemic red wines made all over Italy. That Ancellotta is included in 2 DOC blends, Colli di Faenza and Reggiano, and in almost 42 IGT blends, and it also used in blends of DOC Lambrusco Reggiano and Lambrusco Salamino di Santa Croce. In the vineyard, medium-sized pyramidal bunch with dark, thin skin, spherical berries. It is sensitive to spring frosts and to powder and mildew, but has good resistance to wind and drought. In the glass, deep ruby purple, it exudes plenty of fruity charm with ripe blackberry and cherry aromas and flavors.
Listen to the Italian Wine Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We're on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Himalaya FM, and more. Don't forget to subscribe and rate the show. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through ItalianWinePodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. Until next time, cin cin.